YouTube. YouTube's tripping again, so we just
YouTube always tripping.
we just logging in on YouTube. So
What's good, YouTube?
what's good? Get your stuff together.
Say get your stuff together, man.
Get your things together, YouTube.
All right, man. We do this every week, so we know what the first question is when we get into this show.
Yeah, of course.
What's really good?
Them Panthers.
DEM Panthers.
Them Panthers, baby.
What are we now? 12-0?
Something, though. We haven't lost.
We haven't lost.
We something, though.
Man, look, I'm really proud of them dudes, man, because they gave me a scare against New Orleans. And,
We ain't never scared.
yeah, they ain't never scared, man. They ain't scared, but I was.
Nah, that was good. That was a good game, though.
Yeah, it was a real good game, man. They showed improved, man. Again, they closed it out, and that's all you can really ask for when you got a team like the Panthers, man. They're just trying to put on again. Big shout out to the Panthers, man, for holding us down.
Most stuff.
Definitely. Tory G is actually going to the game Sunday, right?
I will be in the building.
They are playing the Falcons.
I might try to get on the field and catch something.
Yeah, they will probably murder you if you
Probably break
if you
every
go to
last
that
one of my
field
bones.
unannounced. You
Yeah.
probably will get split in half.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, stay in the stands.
I think I could be a tight end or something.
Yeah,
I can back up Greg Olsen.
you might be able to. You big enough.
You know, I can get at least one play.
Yeah, that might be the last play you get, bro.
Of my
Them
life.
Them boys don't play, man. They hit hard.
Last play of my life.
Yeah, probably.
First
yeah.
and last.
First and last down.
Crazy. It's all good.
But yeah, that's what's up, man. But again, man. Yeah, I said again. I ain't even said nothing yet. But how was your week?
How was my week? It was good.
Can't complain.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I ain't got no complaints.
Man,
I mean, I can't complain, but I'm not.
you going on what, 2-3 years?
But, oh yeah, 3 years.
My man anniversary this weekend.
Monday.
Monday. Big shout out to Black Love in the building. I can see it in your face, man. You look happy.
I'm good, man.
That's what's up, man.
Good.
Big shout out to Black Love, man. 3 years in the making. I wish you guys many more. Shout out to Jonelle.
What up, Jonelle?
That's the homie right there, man.
Lukey
Love
the
the girl.
Fly.
Lukey LaFly.
Jay Lukey.
She wild, but what kind of name is Lukey LaFly? Is that like the Gucci?
Like the good, yeah.
Oh, she crazy.
That's it. It's Lukey
She
LaFly.
is a nut. That's the homie though, man. Yeah, but congratulations, brother.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I tried, but you know. It's all good though, man. I love seeing people.
Live and you learn.
Yeah, definitely. I love seeing people holding it down though. That's what's really good.
Appreciate it.
We're gonna go ahead and get into the show, man. Again, this is episode 6 of What's Good, the podcast. Last week I changed the format of the show and turned it into kind of a subject-based show, and we're gonna continue with that theme. Last week we talked about relevancy. This week we're gonna talk about luxury and how we spend our money. I really wanted to talk about this because, excuse me, I'm all over the place right now. I can't.
You just dabbed on.
I did just dab on
Dabbed on the folk.
Let me get back on subject, man. I'll be here coughing and burping. Yeah, that's real unprofessional. Yeah, I really wanted to talk about this, man, because recently, probably in the last 3 years, I've really made an effort to invest in myself more than invest in material things. And when I say invest in myself, I mean experience more things where I can kind of create memories and, you know, just set a foundation, you know what I mean, as far as just experiencing things.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times in the lower class and in the middle class communities, the focus isn't necessarily spent on investing in adventure. We buy a lot. We live beyond our means a lot of times. And my purpose of bringing this subject up is I kind of wanted to get your, well, I just raise awareness to it. I kind of wanted to get people's ideas of why we feel like we need certain things to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, I guess I'll get my. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna go into it on my end. I kind of want to get your take on
My
it first.
opinion.
Yeah, your opinion on it, and then I'll kind of chime in. So, how do you feel, or why do you feel like us in the lower class or middle class community feel like we need to live beyond our means to be accepted, quote unquote, keep up with the Joneses?
I personally think people just I think it makes people feel better about themselves for a short period of time.
Right.
I mean, I don't think people intentionally do it, but I mean some people do, but I really think that's the main thing. It's just it makes them feel good for the moment, whether that moment is an hour,
Ooh.
a day, a week. It's just like I mean, I really feel like that's the main reason people go beyond their means,
So
or to impress other people.
right.
That
I feel like a lot of it is the latter, to impress other people. I feel like I don't feel like I feel like if it's not hurting anyone, it's no big deal.
yeah, no doubt.
But I do feel like in the long run we are kind of hurting ourselves because we don't put that money to better use.
I think it depends on what you're talking about, though.
Well, material things.
I mean, like I'm saying, I think you have to break that down.
So instead of me, I've heard people say, well, you've heard it. I've heard it a while back. May said it. I can't see less than a GS to ESBS.
Yeah,
He's talking about buying a Lexus over a Toyota.
yeah.
But what's wrong with the Toyota? No, it wasn't even a Lexus over a Toyota. It was two Lexuses.
Yeah, too much.
But he wouldn't get the ES because it was the Camry upgraded. What's wrong with the Toyota?
It's just like Jay with the 4.0 and 4.6.
So the more money you spend on it,
It's a status thing.
so
That's why I
okay,
said it's to impress people.
right. So status wise, where do you think we fall as a people when it comes to being on the same level as other people with money?
Where do we fall?
Yeah.
What, like,
When it comes to if we want to talk
you
status,
talking like me and you?
no, not well, us as a people, and I'm not trying to make it a black white thing. It really just middle class to lower class
Oh,
because
okay.
that 1% is they gonna always have the money. A lot of that money's old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a lot of people in the middle and lower class, we still trying to figure out how to stack and build and
Yeah.
set up a foundation. We don't have old money to lean on like that.
Yeah.
So in order for us to quote unquote keep up, we try to do what they do.
Yeah.
But we can't afford to do what they do. A lot of these people have residual incomes. They have money coming in from different revenue sources and their streams are different.
That's the thing. I feel like it kind of goes to what I said. I feel like we're more in the moment. Like you said, a lot of that money that this other class spends is old money.
Right.
I feel like it's gotten better, like more recently over the years, but I feel like for the most part we don't really think about the future. We more in the moment.
Right.
So we're not trying to have old money for our kids and grandkids and their kids. Wow.
That's
as a whole.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like if you're gonna, well, I kind of let me get off that. I totally agree with what you're saying. What I wanted to ask is, how do you feel? Do you feel like we are conditioned to do what we do with our money, or do you feel like that's a learned thing, something we learn?
I feel like it's learned
Yeah.
personally.
Right.
And a lot of people feel like we're conditioned. I don't agree with that, but
Yeah.
I personally, I don't feel like anyone is. Well, I get they're kind of similar.
Similar in
Conditioned, and I'm talking about conditioned and learned. They're kind of similar, but I feel like when you
Well,
say
okay, yeah, you're right. When I probably condition probably was the wrong word. Maybe are we
conditioned is almost like you're trained to do it.
trained to do that.
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah,
they're and
they're
learn-
both they are the same thing.
Yeah,
In a sense. So does that? I'm trying to get my words together.
I think you're trying to say,
Are we born this way?
Yeah, like Lady Gaga,
Yeah,
like,
that's terrible.
I don't feel like anyone is born to do anything. That's just me.
Okay.
I feel like everything is learned or developed over time
Right.
somehow. I don't feel like you just wake up and you just, man, when I turn 16, man, I got to have the latest Lexus. This, like, I was just born to live this type of life.
Right.
I don't, personally, I don't think that happens.
Right. Well, do you think? And I really don't want to make this a hip hop show, but do you think the reason why a lot of us are like this is because of the people, the leaders in our communities? Well, I just make it a black thing. The leaders in the black community are usually entertainers, athletes. It's never like a doctor or a lawyer or somebody like that. It's usually entertainers. And their lifestyle and the way they portray themselves is a lot of times all we really have to look up to. And I can say that from maybe the late 80s on to now. Do you feel like it's a detriment to our people? Like you said, we're real short term when it comes to money.
I don't feel like it's kind of weird. I don't feel like it's a detriment, but I don't understand why that part of us gets so much attention from us. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
I don't
yeah.
get.
Why do we pay so much attention?
Yeah, I don't get why that's so important. It's not knocking it, but that's so much more important than, like you said, the doctor or any whatever profession. Like,
Right.
It's like the entertainment part of us is just so.
We're so enamored by it.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like a glamoring effect. Like
Yeah.
we see it and
Yeah.
the flash.
Yeah.
I think Kanye said it. It's in a black person's soul to rock that gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then I think every time I think about this subject, man, I think about the Chris Rock special where he was talking about how he lived with a bunch of celebrities in his neighborhood.
Yeah.
And his neighbor is a dentist.
It's a dentist. Everybody else is like, you got, what do you say, Mary J. Blige,
Jay-Z, Jason Kidd,
Yeah,
like
man.
all these people in his neighborhood, and his neighbor
is a dentist.
is a dentist.
Yeah.
And he probably, his neighbor, and that's the crazy thing about it. I feel like our level, when we measure success, we put success and fame in the same category. Me personally,
I don't, but
well, I mean, I know you don't. I think you're a little older, but I think a lot of kids feel like fame and success go together.
yeah.
They don't. It's no levels to success outside of being famous. If you're famous and everybody sees you, then you're good.
Yeah.
Me personally, I couldn't fathom not being able to go to a movie and enjoy it. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot that comes with that fame.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like one of those things where it's like,
I would despise it personally.
yeah, I couldn't do it, man.
I'm not gonna say I couldn't, but I would prefer not to.
I do want this podcast to get to a level to where a lot of people hear it, but I don't want to be the person that has to sign 1 million autographs before I go to the bathroom.
Yeah, because I'm a good guy, and then I'm gonna be a jerk because I'm not
Right.
signing all that. I'm not gonna do it. So
It's crazy, man. I guess it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into this subject. and I don't even really know what the subject is, because I said luxury at first, but when it's hard to define that. That's one of those. That's one of the things I think as Black people we have yet to define for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we as Black people have been told what luxury is,
Yeah.
and we just go with it. We don't define our own.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard for us to. It's kind of hard for us to buy into someone that's trying to define it for us. Somebody that looks like us that's trying to define it for us. I've seen a lot of people like not what Kanye West is doing. Me personally, I wouldn't buy any of this stuff. Can't afford it for one.
Yeah.
Two, I'm just not into the bum look like that. But I've seen a lot of people like really.
Bomb look.
I mean, it's just it's crazy to me because I see what he's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel like. I mean, I'm nobody. My opinion is my opinion at the end of the day. But I just don't feel like he needed to go the route he went to do it.
You ain't got the answers, Don.
I don't, man. I ain't got the answers.
You
man.
ain't got the answers. No, I feel you.
I mean, I just feel like he wants his own, but he wants to be accepted by a crowd that doesn't really like him anyway. They don't care about him anyway. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that.
And why does he care?
Yeah, why does he care what they think?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the case for a lot of us in this quote unquote lower level of society.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we care what the 1% thinks? If anything, we're paying our bills.
Pretty much, we making them rich.
Yeah, we make them rich.
Or we keeping them rich.
Yeah, like, I mean, I gotta pay a light bill every month. I know a lot of people. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
a lot of people do. But I don't think a Black person is running the power company.
Doubt it. I highly doubt it.
It's just one of those situations, man, where I feel like someone that looks like us really needs to define what luxury is to us instead of automatically giving it to someone else.
But I feel like we see that I'm trying not to be controversial.
Well, I mean, it's what's good. It's gonna get wrapped up. So go ahead, say what you gotta say.
I feel like I'm gonna watch my wording. I don't feel like it's controversial, but I don't feel like arguing with nobody today. But we have to either create that ourselves, or if someone is in a position to do that, we have to back that
We have to
instead
support
of putting each other down all the time.
Right.
And I just feel like that's why I feel like that hasn't happened yet, because we just gonna find something to not rock with it.
Do you think it'll ever happen?
No, I don't.
Oh man, that's sad. You said that quick.
I don't. Unless the mentalities drastically change, I don't see.
So what do you think the mentality is now?
Mentality with what? Are we talking about the same thing?
Yeah. Just supporting, because we talked about support before. We talked about it a couple of episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with Patty making the pies, and
Yeah.
you know, the support was there for that.
Because that was at Walmart.
So you think Walmart had
A lot to do with it.
Yeah, maybe.
A whole lot. It's Walmart.
So what do we do to get the support for everything else? Yeah.
We got to support it. That's the point. I better give me some examples.
Like, okay, FUBU.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? What happened to FUBU and Carl Kanai and
Fat Farm. And
Fat Farm and Cross Colors and
you
Walker Well? What happened?
You tell me.
Like, I just don't. And that's the crazy thing about it, man. Because I think that's why I go with the luxury thing, because I feel like that stuff was defined by us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We really supported it out the gate, but something twisted.
Something new came. That's it.
But okay, so how
Cause
do
me
you?
personally, like with what you just said, I was never a FUBU guy anyway.
Yeah, me either.
FUBU. Fat Farm, I felt like Fat Farm still made dope stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what happened with Fat Farm.
Right.
I even felt like that with Sean John. I still feel like Sean John
Sean
makes
John
dope
too.
stuff.
Yeah.
He made dope stuff. Rockaware was sold, right? Then they sell it.
I think they did sell it, but they still make stuff though. I think.
Yeah, and some of that stuff is dope. Fab, like he's like a model for Rockaware.
Right.
Yeah, they still make dope stuff to me. But it's just
See, and that's the thing. When you say something new came, that's what I don't get because Polo, Ralph Lifshitz did not. He was not Ralph Lauren from the jump.
Yeah.
This man was selling tires out of his trunk.
Yeah.
And he just worked to get where he's. That dude is worth like $5 billion, man.
That's Lopo, man. still
But
Lopo.
we made it hot.
Yeah.
So what?
That's what I just
I'm just
said.
trying to figure out why we can't make our own hot like that.
That's it. The mentality, man. Because it's another black person, quote unquote, doing better than you.
Oh man, that crabs in a barrel.
Yep.
Or crabs in a bucket mentality.
Yep. So I don't, like I said, unless something drastically changes, I don't see.
So you don't think there is anyone, you don't think it's a black man that can define luxury for us, that can put us in a space to where it's cool to look like this and stay like this, or have like a lifestyle brand? Do you think that, okay, well, I mean, we already established that they didn't do it, but I was about to say, do you think FUBU could have done that eventually if the support was still there?
Yeah, the support. Anybody can do it if the support is there.
Yeah, right.
They still sell FUBU at Walmart, ain't it?
I don't know. I don't really.
I think they sell FUBU at Walmart now. But that's why it's clown, because it's at Walmart. If I'm not mistaken, they sell FUBU. I think they sell and on what you call it too. Don't they sell and one?
I know they sell and one stuff.
I want to say FUBU.
Shout out to Dallas Stokes, man. He's a designer for and one. He's out of Chicago. I think he's in LA right now. Shout out to Dallas Stokes, man. He be putting out a lot of like good work on that stuff. Black designer out in LA, man. Dallas, you're doing your thing, man. Keep it up. I don't know, man. I just don't. It's one of those things like
I'm the sneaker guy.
Yeah.
So let's just say, let me think of somebody. I'm trying to think of somebody.
Off the rip, you can't.
Let's just say I'm trying to think of somebody in a big market or something.
Blake.
Nah, not Blake. I'd say Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Let's say Chris Paul was like, I'm not rocking with Nike. I'm not rocking with Jordan Brand. I'm done. Start my own thing.
Right.
Do you think he has a chance of going gold?
I know where you going with it. He said go and go.
Like, really?
No,
I don't see it.
I don't see it, but
We got to hold up before you say that. I ain't gonna say LeBron, even though he just signed a lifetime contract with Nike. But let's just say LeBron was like, I'm doing my own thing.
I think LeBron would have a better chance than
He would have a better chance, but I don't think it would get the support.
But you know why I think that?
Why?
It's because of his whole lifestyle. It's his lifestyle, the image that he puts out. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong, but the image that he puts out is kind of unattainable to everybody. It's the same thing going on with Steph Curry right now.
Yeah.
You don't really see Steph in Ferraris and, you know what I'm saying, doing nothing wild like that, just being super gaudy.
Yeah.
So people really, they support it because I feel like people can relate to him a little more. And then off the trip,
see, you about to turn me into the controversial guy on this show because and whoever's listening, if Steph Curry was a tad bit darker, I don't think that would be the case. I don't. I just what I get.
You think it's his tone?
I think that has a lot to do. It's sad, but
wow, that is pretty sad if that's the case.
That has a lot to do with it.
I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with that or not.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm talking about that. if Steph Curry was a tad bit darker and had the regular guy image, I think he would be considered a bum.
By
Us.
okay. You're saying by us,
Yeah.
not to the general public.
No, us.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
And that's kind of
that's just my opinion.
so it's deep. It's deep with us. It's like super deep with us.
Yeah.
Cause our issue isn't just. It's not just the fact that he has.
Just think about it. What, and I know all of us have heard it. A black person with money that you would never know had money like that, because they just don't present themselves like that. But
Right.
as soon as we find out they got some money, hey, why you be looking like that? He got all that money. Why he be dressing like he just have a t-shirt and some jeans on
He
all
said
the
we
time?
found out.
That's what I've experienced in my 32 years of life.
Yeah,
So,
I mean
I'm
that
just
is
going off life experience.
that
What
is-
I'm not saying everybody's like that, but we hear that all the time.
so money makes the look.
I guess.
That's so crazy to me. I get what you're saying.
And I like both of us. I like quote unquote nice things, but nice things to me isn't defined by how much it costs.
right.
I wear what I like.
So I think you and me both are probably exceptions to the rule.
I mean, I think people get like that once they get older. But I've always been, you know me, and I'm like, it probably come from having for you and Keisha. Like, I got older siblings. I'm like, I'm not trying to look like everybody else.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not trying. Some people will find they got the. I expect that from kids.
Yeah.
But I mean, you gotta just find your own identity, man. Like you
Yeah.
said, find your lane, do what you do, and be comfortable with it.
Right. And don't let nobody else determine.
And I feel like a lot of us don't do that.
Right. Well, speaking along those terms, I also feel like a lot of us don't, and I think I said it earlier, I feel like a lot of us don't invest in adventure and experiences. My biggest pet peeve is seeing a passport with Puerto Rico on it. Nothing wrong with Puerto Rico. But that's not traveling to me. That's like down the street. You can go to New York and see Puerto Ricans. When somebody tells me they're traveling, I'm thinking, get out of this country totally. Like, yeah, Puerto Rico's out the country, but go overseas. Get some of that experience. Get some of that.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? Get exposure to that. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, man. I feel like I know cats that ain't been out of Durham ever. Wow. And that's sad. Like, to me, that's like the saddest thing. They've never been exposed to any other places.
I feel like that. It depends on your circumstances, though. Cause I know I was watching NFL Live yesterday. I forgot who it was they had on the football player. No, it was highly questionable. Football player on the I forget his name. But he said, I think he plays for the 49ers.
Right.
But he was telling a story about how strict his parents and stuff were, mainly his mom. He was like, he didn't really go out a lot and stuff. And he was like, he had never been to the beach.
Right.
And his teammates like he's from Cali. They're like, you live in California.
Oh, that's
like,
crazy.
And he was like, he had never been to the beach until he went to the NFL.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the beach. It's like,
I mean,
Hey,
from
he's in
us, that's like what,
California.
3 hours away.
he's from California.
Yeah,
like,
that's kinda-
he said he had never been to the beach before he went pro.
But I know a lot of people are afraid to leave. They're afraid.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Like,
It's just a comfort thing, man.
yeah, but I don't know. I guess I get the comfortable part of it. You have to be comfortable in your surroundings, but don't you feel like you should be able to experience other cultures and.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I definitely think you should.
So I think people spend way too much money on.
But I feel like that starts at a smaller scale though. Like it's like you said, learning other cultures and stuff. If if you work with somebody that's from somewhere else or whatever, I don't want to know nothing about them. If you like that, I know you're not going where they from.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't even want to learn about them at the lunch table. Like, so you definitely not about to travel.
Yeah, that's true.
So that starts at a smaller scale.
Right.
I mean,
it's interesting, man. I guess what I'm trying to get at is the way we spend our money is just totally different from people that have it. When people have money, they don't buy silly stuff. I mean, they might buy like frivolous stuff, but they don't do the whole depreciation thing.
yeah.
I think I was watching Highly Questionable the other day, and Timberland was on there, and he was talking about how he had like all these cars, and his mom was just like, "Dog, you can't drive one.
Yeah.
Why you got all these cars, man?
Yeah.
You gotta have a car to match different outfits, and it's almost like people just want to be seen."
Yeah, and I don't.
Yeah, I mean, dog, I'm 6'7".
I'm gonna be saying anyway.
I can't hide nowhere.
I'm a big dude. Didn't I just say something about backing up Greg Olson? I'm a big guy.
You can't go nowhere, man. People gonna see you anyway. So that's why I don't understand like why people are so infatuated with the look at me.
It's the comfort, man. I don't feel like people are comfortable with themselves. So that's their way to get.
So if you're not comfortable with yourself, why would you want to be seen?
Not comfortable. That's the wrong word. People starve for attention.
Yeah.
Like, please look at me.
Yeah.
Please. Like, I feel like if people had a like button installed in their skin, they would just want people to tap it all day.
Oh my gosh, that would be annoying.
I mean,
that would be so annoying.
I really,
oh man,
double tap. It's like.
So I guess we're both on the same page when we say that the way we use our funds in a frivolous manner to be seen is probably it. It's all about being seen.
I feel like that's part of it.
It's a pacifier.
You got to, I say part of it because it's different spending money on things that you really like.
Mm-hmm.
Or enjoy it. Like, a pet peeve of mine. I hate when people, going back to sneakers, I hate when people buy, you can do what you want to do with your money, but I hate when people buy sneakers, wear them like once, and then they're trying to sell them.
Yeah, that's
I'm
cool.
like, did you even like the shoe, or did you just want to wear it just to say you got them?
Just say you got them, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I just don't, man, like I said, you can do what you want to do with your money, but that is just crazy to me.
Right.
If I buy some shoes, I got shoes I done had for years.
Yeah.
That I still ain't wore. I'm going to wear them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy some shoes and wear them to the party for the weekend and sell them on Monday.
So do you think there'll ever be a regular black person with money that'll be accepted by
What
their
you
own
mean?
people?
What you mean regular?
Just regular black, like Simon Cowell regular. You know, my uniform lately has been jeans, a pair of Chucks, and a black T-shirt.
You talking about like a celebrity, like a known?
Yeah. Do you think?
I mean, I feel like they're accepted now. That's just not what catches people's attention, though. They're accepted. That's just not what people want to be.
Yeah.
Like we say all the time, you've never seen Russell Simmons in a suit.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just Russ. Russell Simmons I think he's accepted.
But I think he's one of those type of people with money that's just comfortable with himself.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. Russell wasn't always rich.
Yeah.
But
he still looked like the guy that wasn't rich.
Right. But that's a testament to I guess a testament to how he was raised. Because he's put his people in a position to do stuff that he couldn't do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like enough of us do that. Even though Russell was in the entertainment industry, he does other things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they know him for entertainment, but that ain't all.
That's not all he does.
Yeah, he knows other stuff. He's experiencing things.
Yeah.
That uniform of his, jeans, a pair of sneakers, and a t-shirt and a sweater vest or whatever. That's just.
That's Russ.
It's just Russ.
Yeah.
He don't have to be in nothing else, like, cause he's accepted like that.
He probably would look weird in something else.
Yeah, he probably would.
Because we so used to seeing him like that. So.
I just think that's interesting, man. Like I would love to know what people's bonds are when they buy certain things and do certain things. It's nothing wrong with buying stuff you like. You know what I mean? But I just feel
I just feel like it's your reasoning.
And that's the thing. A lot of times people don't even have a reason. They just do it.
Like I tell you,
money burn their pocket.
Everybody has a reason to do something. Everything. I mean.
Yeah.
You don't just do it.
That ain't what Nike said.
That's why Phil Knight is rich forever. He's Rick Ross.
Yeah, rich forever. Yes. So
hey.
It's interesting, man. I would just like to know money. I think money should just be a tool. You know what I mean? I don't think people should have to depend on money to do things. Money's a tool to get what you need and some of what you want. You know what I mean? And I think the older I've gotten, because I was real heavy into just buying random stuff at one point in my life.
Man, I'm still like that, but I buy random cheap stuff.
Right. And I told him to get that, but I think the older I get, the less and less material things matter to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like in order to attain the stuff that I want to do, I'll have to live almost a minimalist lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Man, if I can get rid of my car tomorrow, I would. Like,
see, I'm not there yet. Just like.
I mean, I just feel like that's one of those things where people, you do have to grow to that. You do have to grow to it, but I feel like we miss out with that part of our life. We miss out with that lesson. I mean, either we either miss out or we just don't pay attention to that part of the message.
I think it's partly that, man. Stuff is just convenient, though.
Yeah.
Everything is just convenient.
Right.
So it's a lot of stuff I don't know if we take it for granted or we don't care, or I mean, everything is just convenient.
Yeah.
And it has its pros and cons, but
right.
That's just society. That's just the world now.
Yeah.
So
sucks, but
not this kind of off subject, but yesterday Throwback Thursday, whatever.
Right.
And it's kind of funny. Like, do you remember the Concords came out? They had the Nike ads like with the phone number on them.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's how we used to get information.
Oh yeah.
And then like
buy a phone.
Me and I bet countless other millions of people called that number thinking Michael Jordan was going to answer the phone. But like, it's just crazy now because I'm like that was what 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Now like everything from like a click.
Yeah.
But I'm like, they actually had, it wasn't just for the Concords. I think Nike just did that in general. I think the Pennies and the Jason Kidd, like they had the ads with the phone number.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember all that.
That's how you used to get info.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, I'm telling my age now. I'm like, do you remember like having to call Babbage's to see if a game had came up?
Wow. Babbage's. Does that place still even open? Is that even a chain anymore?
I don't think so.
It said Babbage's.
You used to call it that'll get codes for games.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you took it way back, bro.
I'm just saying, it seems so long ago, but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It's like, used to call it that for the blood code on Mortal Kombat.
That's crazy.
But that's the thing, everything's so convenient now. That's why I bought that up. I'm like, we used to have to go through all that for simple stuff.
Right.
And it's weird. stuff has changed so much.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, you're right. I mean, just to tie it all in together, man. As far as luxury goes and how stuff is defined, man, I feel like we really need to try to figure out what's important to us as a people, and not just black people. Anybody that's not in the 1%. We need to figure out what's important to us and define that for ourselves. We don't want these. Oh man, I'm sounding like I'm on a crusade right now, but we don't want to let these advertisers advertise to us. Like they can advertise all they want, but you do have the power to say no. You know what I'm saying? At some point.
yeah,
So it's just like one of those things where people just kind of gotta like look at things and figure out if it's really important to them.
yeah,
Figure out what real quality is, because a lot of this stuff that people is claiming is quality ain't really. It's not really up to par. It's not what it should be.
yeah,
And people are just buying, and the more you buy less quality things, the less quality it's gonna get.
yeah.
They're just gonna keep selling you a bunch of mess if you keep buying it. So, I mean, I guess that's my message for today, man. You know, just oh man, this guy.
Go ahead.
I mean, and you know, if your money is long, if it stretches to where you can afford to do certain things, then by all means do it. But don't just spend your money frivolously. I mean, before I tie this all up, I had a conversation with somebody at work the other day about being rich versus being wealthy, and they both kind of tie in together, but they are different.
They're very different.
Yeah, they're very different. Being rich is, okay, I just got money. When you're wealthy, you have the knowledge to make that money make money.
Yeah,
And it's a lot of rich people on earth. There ain't a whole lot of wealthy people out there.
yeah,
And you don't have to have a whole lot of money to be wealthy either. You can make $500,000 a year and be a wealthy person.
Yeah.
You just got to know how to make that money last.
Yeah.
And flip. So that might mean you have to downgrade certain parts of your life or reevaluate certain parts of your life to make sure you can maintain the standard that you want to maintain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that might mean people getting rid of things. A lot of things just don't matter after a while.
yeah.
What's the first thing people grab when it's a fire in the house? Pictures.
They probably should.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. Like if you ask a lot of women, that's some of the first stuff they go grab. They don't care about the other crap.
Yeah,
That you can replace. You can't replace pictures and memories like that. So if I had to,
yeah. I agree.
if I had to send a message to anybody, man, that would be my message. Invest in adventure. Invest in your memories, and you know, that's the stuff you can't replace, man.
Yeah,
That brand new Ferrari, that thing can run off a cliff tomorrow. It can malfunction or whatever. I mean, and once you drive it off the lot, it's depreciated anyway. So
if that mug in the house though and it catch on fire, they go get it.
man, I ain't thinking about that Ferrari, man.
Man, you would be surprised.
Man, I know I wouldn't be thinking about no Ferrari.
I
I'm trying to get my butt out of there with what I need.
Yeah.
Give me my keys and my credit card. I'm good.
They go get that Ferrari. they go try to run upstairs and get that iPhone.
Now I'll take my iPhone. Everything's in the cloud anyway. So
They go, hey, that's just how it is, man.
I mean, that's pretty much what I wanted to say, man. You got anything else you want to say before we end this?
I'm good, man.
That's what's up, man. Well, look, man, that's the end of this episode. We kind of went all over the place, but I think we kind of got the message across, man. There's one thing I've been meaning to say before I shut down every show, and I said it like the first show, and I never said it again.
Slacker.
I'm slacking, and my words of the week, I'm so totally slacking. I might just drop that too, cause
Oh, not to get up. What was we talking about? Was that episode? Which episode? Or was that the Three in the Pod show?
about what?
About the words that you can say, spell both ways.
Oh man, Palindrome.
I saw one the other day and I got it. I felt like such a cornball.
Which word was
I was in the drive-through somewhere, and someone in front of me had a Civic.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Oh,
was
Civic, yeah. Civic is a palindrome, yeah.
Oh, Civic.
Yeah, Civic.
Yeah. So, it's all good, but I thought that was weird.
Yeah, Civic is a palindrome.
I was like, oh, that's that thingy he was talking about.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Yeah, so.
Periscope just ended early. Somebody just called me. I could have sworn I had Do Not Disturb on, but it's all good. We're gonna go ahead and close it out. Before I close it out, man, teespring.com/DisplayNoDonNC. Go cop a shirt. If you can support. Any chance you get, you can support. And with that said, I want to end it all off with one phrase that I should have been saying from the jump. Support what you love, because what you hate don't matter.
Love what you support.
Love what you support. Support what you love what you support, because what you hate don't matter. We're going to keep ending off all the shows with that, man. I'm Just Plain Old Don for JustPlainOldDon.com.
I'm Tory G for Tory G and the fam.
There we go. This is What's Good, the podcast. Appreciate everybody for listening. Peace.
Peace. Deuces.
Oh,
My leg is killing me.
yeah, well, I'm about to get a tape.